What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as our Japanese Iron Man playthrough. Obviously, like I said in the last few episodes, we have been doing absolutely and phenomenally well. Obviously, some of our Marines are still recapturing island by island using our island hopping strategy. Other than that, we are eventually going to be setting up a staging point of the Atu Island here, and we are going to try to begin a naval invasion of Fairfangs. We have 20 units of Marines that are making their way up now, but unfortunately, we only have 3 infrastructure, and we only have a level 1 naval base. So obviously, we are going to be building newer infrastructure and better naval bases, so we can only pray that we are going to have enough room, which obviously we do not. But at least in the meantime, I guess the only real penalty is we won't have enough organization. However, hopefully that won't be too much of a big deal. And obviously, our main force that is going to be taking over all of the US is going to be this American troop here. And the goal is to outfit them all with motorized divisions, which I don't know if we happen to have enough of. Where are you? American divisions, here we are. So we're going to need about 25 experience for each of these, so that means we need about 75 army experience just to get all of these into motorized divisions. We obviously could add on some light tanks, but it seems like we're still missing about 5.4 thousand, and it is going to take quite a few days to at least obviously get our capacity up and running once again. Another big issue is light tanks require a lot of steel, which we don't seem to have a lot of. And I guess for the time being, you know what? Instead of actually producing this carrier, let us get the Mach 3 carrier. You know what? I lied. We're gonna get our final version of our carrier and use all of our Navy experience on the level 4 carrier rather than the level 3 carrier. And it looks like they do take a very long time to produce, which is a little bit frustrating. But nonetheless, everybody is doing well. We have some naval combats going on. Just a few convoys. I wish it wouldn't necessarily say naval combat if all we're really doing... Naval invasion. Well, that's not going to happen. So I wish they would stop saying that if obviously all we're doing is fighting some convoys. We have landed on the island. Can we take anything and everything? They don't have any actual supplies. So I think this island is going to be mine. New Caledonia. Obviously all of New Zealand is mine. We have some naval battles and we have sunk a battle cruiser. I wonder, we are looking for Ford Island. I'm not really too sure where that is. The Soviet Union has capitulated, and the German Reich now owns anything and everything. Part of me is absolutely terrified that the German Reich owns so much. It looks like Turkey has also gained some lands. Maybe not. Yeah, they've gained a few lands in the Caucasus regions. What about Romania? They did not gain a single territory. Italy, obviously, is still being fought after. But at least now that the USSR has been taken care of... What just happened? Did the Soviet Union declare on me? Yes, they did, but they don't exist anymore. I don't know where they are. They're probably like Xinjiang and Mongolia. Well, nevertheless, they are going to be annihilated, and it doesn't really matter. Let us now get streamlined productions. Basically, our efficiency will go up, and more production growth is going to be streamlined. Soviet Union has called Mongolia as an enemy. I think we can defeat them fairly easily. I just wasn't really planning on it. All 66 of these units can now... lead up and basically annihilate all of Mongolia. And I wonder, are we going to have to take out Xinjiang? Guess we will find out. Now, part of me is terrified about the German Reich. Obviously, we can handle the German Reich and the Navy. But you know what? I'm not sure that we're going to be able to, fight our way across Russia. And it looks like we have the Soviet Union here, an island of their own. What are these? We are going to try to do an invasion. You know what? That might not work without actual troops. How is our, speaking of invasions, how is our attrition? Not as good as I would think it would be. We need about one more naval base, and we probably need a little bit more infrastructure. Actually, I think all we need is a naval base. This is the only one that's red. But nonetheless, I wonder, how can we turn the tides? Do we have our tanks? Yes, we do. Let's send them here, and then up, and then eventually we'll use our tanks to do some of the dirty work. Mongolia should fall sooner than later. I am just absolutely terrified at the sheer size of the German Reich. But at least we are allies. I don't know if I'm going to go to war with the German Reich. All we're really trying to do is, have a historical playthrough and, try to eliminate the United States. This is going to be a daunting task on its own. What can we unlock now? We should probably start making our way towards experimental rockets. It's only going to be 46 days, but the reason why I say that is if we could get jet engines, we could absolutely turn the tides because rather than using aluminum, I think all we need is tungsten, and we have a lot of that. Though, let's verify. Do we need aluminum for better planes? Or better yet, jet fighters? Yes we do. Is it more? It is significantly less aluminum. So that is the only good thing. And you know what? Eventually, we're probably going to need jet tactical bombers rather than naval bombers, which now means our carriers might be obsolete. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Have our tanks arrived? Not yet. Everybody else is making their way over. You all have been told to activate your plan whenever you're ready. You know, I could remove Iraq from the equation altogether, looking at their resources. They have some oil that would be useful. I could even remove all of the United Kingdom and Oman and Yemen. But I think my true goal, my true enemy right now is the US. Looking at unread naval battles, victory after victory, and it looks like we have some... I saw it a minute ago. I guess our convoys are gone. Where are they? I see them all here. I mean, I don't know how to remove these. I guess we can't. All of these are victories, which is very neat to see. A lot of air victories. Okay, how long until we can begin our invasion? Shouldn't be more than 17 days. And you know what? We're probably going to have to take our fleet, which is the Pacific Fleet, and, move them on over. So we're going to hold, and we are now going to do a search and destroy of the Bering Sea, the North Pacific, and the Central North Pacific. I'm a little worried because we have left all of Hawaii unguarded and unmanned. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We obviously have built up some anti-air, so that means they can't be bombed nearly as easily. And all it really means is, I don't know if it shoots down planes, but I think the bombing reduction makes it from negative 24%. Oh yeah, total bombing damage reduction. Negative 24%. So I'm not sure that it actually shoots down planes. I just think we don't lose as much, we don't take as much damage. Our fleet is making its way north. We have totally sunk a heck of a lot of ships. Definitely sinking some battleships, some heavy cruisers. I wish we could sort it by, the strength of the Navy. Greater Hungary has called in Slovakia. Surprisingly, we are not doing well against Mongolia. I need experience, and it hasn't happened yet. All 24 of these units look like they are ready to go, but can we add even more? You are not the correct unit. Looking at American, I want to switch these over to mobile battalions, but it says I need 20, which I don't have enough of. I thought it would only be about 15, or better yet, actually, I thought it would be 25, but now it's 20. So not as bad. What are we waiting on? We lack sufficient intel, but that shouldn't be for much longer. You are obviously making your way over. You are supposedly sailing. Very, very slowly, I might add. I wonder what we're building. It looks like we have some fighting going on. They obviously are just some destroyers. Nothing that we need to worry about. But speaking of destroyers, let us destroy those destroyers by adding 300 naval bombers and obviously 100 fighters, if we can find them. Let's add 100 fighters. These will automatically upgrade. Let's take all of these. Naval Strike, Air Superiority, and the Sea of Okahotski. And eventually, because I have some planes here, I guess we will add about 100 or 200 naval bombers. It won't hurt, whatever we decide to do. Let's only add about 100. Put them in here. And then naval bomb whatever we could find. And I suppose putting some fighters and putting some naval bombers inside the Sea of Japan. Probably not a bad idea either. Okay, ports, you both are going to do naval strikes and you're going to do air superiority inside the Sea of Japan. Unpause the game. How long until we can finally begin our invasion? I wonder if we're even still working on infrastructure and naval bases. Not really. So do we have enough? Looking at supplies. Still no. But I guess it is what it is. Are all 20 of you prepped and ready to go? It says we still lack intel inside the Bering Sea and the North Pacific, which isn't really true. Central North Pacific, and the Bering Sea. I wonder why this guy isn't moving. Or maybe he is moving and I just don't know it. Are we moving? Very slowly. Okay, so are these guys ready to go? Activate. Yes, we can. The game is paused. And we are trying now to go for Fairbanks. Looks like we have some destroyers here that we could easily eliminate. And surprisingly enough, I don't think we've lost a carrier this entire campaign. These Marines will eventually be split up once again and do groups of 4. Experimental rockets have been unlocked. In 2 days, we are going to be getting another research slot. Now, it's still not 1944, so we can't necessarily do any further upgrades, at least not yet. However, we could... Don't need that. I could get better Marines and better Mountaineers. Let's get better Marines because they would get more organization. And let us grab better field hospitals so that way they don't lose as much experience. Okay, all of these units that got deployed, or better yet, have not been deployed yet. I want to switch these over. See, now it's more. Unless I did this with 15. Maybe once we land, we could definitely switch those out to Motorized Divisions, and then move everybody over to Alaska. That would probably be our best option. Let's only produce 1, even though I probably will get about 24 more divisions. That way, instead of 48, we have about 72, assuming that I can count correctly. Here we go. We are moving on in, doing our job. Very slowly, I might add. But I guess it is far away. Looks like we are sinking destroyer after destroyer. Unless that was the same as before. But yeah, removing this naval base would be very, very awesome. Eventually we'll have to go down to Juneau, which I don't even see. Juneau is another city inside Alaska, which should be around right here. And they obviously are going to have food, supplies, ports. Maintenance companies have been unlocked. Let us grant potentially better logistics companies first. I don't necessarily mind if some trucks break down because we have so many of them. We do need 15 experience, though, and we still don't have it. Speaking of experience, you need to go here, and you have done a good job. We have liberated France. That is what we've done. I thought we would take it over for ourselves, but I guess not. You are now going to go here. Activate when you are ready to go. Where are these guys? I don't know. All of you can go from here to Guadalcanal, and now activate when you are ready to go. Are we going to land in Fairbanks? That is the question. I don't see any type of land... I don't see any type of coastal fort, though they do have a land fort. Wow. We have landed inside Fairbanks. I guess our question is now, is we probably need to build up the naval base as powerful as possible. Though, I would rather have it on this peninsula, because it would look cooler. I wonder, looking at supply areas... It doesn't matter where we go. So I guess, nevertheless, let's build up our naval bases inside Alaska. Pushing that to the very top. And then you are going to go down. And then you are going to go like this. No divisions. That is not good. Still not good. We don't want this. Split you in half. 10 of you will go like this. The other 10 of you will go like this. Yep, that's actually perfect. And then one of you will stay inside this port. I wonder, should I build radar? It would probably be good and decent. So let's build it. Still building up our industry, still building up our dockyards. And now we're getting very close to, you know, having the experience we need, but we're not there yet. And you know what, I wonder, could all of our garrisons just train for a moment? We're not getting, like, anything exciting. These guys could train as well. These 21, we had 24, but they have gone away. Alright, what do we need? We're gaining 0.021 daily, so I guess in, like, 45 days, we'll probably have the one experience we need. So it is a little saddening. Maybe if we had some combat, things would go our way a little bit better. Can we build infrastructure? Because we're going to need level 10. Mongolia has capitulated, which is good news. Let's get as much infrastructure as possible. Maybe not that much. Maybe like level 6 infrastructure. Taking more as we can. We've taken over a fort. Building up our, obviously, our infrastructure, our radar. Whatever we can. And let's take 4 of you. You are going to do a naval invasion down to this island. I want this now. So we'll take that in 14 days, so we don't need to do it later. Still waiting on the experience, though. Getting closer and closer. Probably in about 20 days we'll have it. And unfortunately, because everything is so far, it's probably going to be a bit of an issue. And you know what? What would be a really good idea is if we got motorized artillery. 123 days is kind of a long time. This doesn't improve my motorized artillery, as far as I know. And we obviously have quite a long time until we can start researching that. The reason why I said that is obviously artillery is going to be a little bit hard to push through. Wherever you are. The American troops. My entire goal is to switch all of these to motorized and these to motorized artillery. And then adding some signal companies, but we don't seem to have that option. Are we going to travel? Yes, we are, but it seems to be much slower than I was expecting. But then again, we are traveling on foot. We've lost 1 unit, but I guess that's fine, as long as we can remove the Soviet Union altogether. I don't think we're going to run into any real issues. Okay, so here we are. All of these guys can switch on over to Motorized Divisions. Let's save. Do we have enough? Yes, we do. Do we have enough experience? 8th of August, so 4 more days. I am going to deploy all of them. Soviet Union about to fall. Still working on Xinjiang as well. All of these units just chilling. We have so many, like, naval battles and unread convoy. Victory after victory after victory. It's all convoys, though. I am going to now take these troops, move them on over to the next island, which I guess is here. Activate when you're ready. These guys all have landed. All of you, I suppose. Are we doing naval invasions? Yes, we are. Are they working? No. So all 10 of you are going to try to land on Guadalcanal. And I'm not going to activate it yet. All of the U.S. troops in the middle of the Pacific should be losing attrition, but supplies, but they aren't. This is almost there. It says it's going to be 18 more hours. And surprisingly enough, Soviet Union has capitulated. What can I take? Nothing. Can I take anything else? No. In turn, yeah, I don't have any, I don't have, like, any, there goes Mongolia. And now I have Xinjiang. Cool. Ending turn and done. That's awesome. Well, now we have all of those, so I'm guessing all 66 of these guys can basically just go on a, you know, protect my front line against the German Reich, even though I'm not planning on going to war with them. Japan is looking very powerful. I wish I could get rid of all of these icons. We have free military factories. I suppose the only thing that we're really going to build now is more motorized divisions. And we have steel, but nothing to do with it. I could deploy all of these units. Yes, I can, and I believe I finally will. All 48 of these guys are going to be the color... let's make it orange. And we are going to have to give them our most powerful field marshal. This man, he is a fast planner. Putting him all the way up here, and then an offensive line, just straight through Canada and into the US, I suppose. You know, we do have a lot of troops, so I'm not really all that worried. The only issue that I could think of would be not having enough, you know, infrastructure to push people on through. You need to go there. Everybody else is still moving along. You need to move all the way to the bottom. Secure every island, every naval base we can get our hands on. Now I wonder, do I need to actually take these islands? I hope not. That would be horrible. Looks like the Soviet Union is gone. They don't exist anymore. I could remove all of these troops, and then, excuse me, all of those tanks, and then they would all be stationed inside our Marines. Who are we waiting to capitulate now? We're still waiting to destroy the United Kingdom. Still waiting to remove Canada and Southern Africa. Greece, Norway and Greece should be next. At least now that the German Reich is obviously done, they can move to different areas. Or they could just chill. It looks like they're moving, but I don't know where they're going. Still building more and more dockyards. Still building more and more infrastructure. Especially in Alaska, that's probably going to be our best option, is building up our naval bases. Let's get it to a level 6 naval base. You are moving into Canada. You've stopped, so that needs to change. All 48 of these units are making their way over. Oh, you know what? These guys need to go here and activate. It says it's going to take about 15 more days. I have even more free military factories. I have no idea what to do with them, so I suppose we will continue making motorized. And now we are out of steel, but you know what we could do is build some additional synthetic refineries. Let's get 1 and 2, 3 and 4, because I have nothing better to do. Move all of those to the top line. And eventually we will get more rubber and more oil. We're going to get 7, 14, 21, 28, plus the 40% excavation bonus. So, probably 40% of 28, which is around, that is a lot. That's probably like an additional 7. Maybe an additional 10. Okay, still taking over Alaska. They do have a radar station, which we are about to take for ourselves. Or maybe that's the radar station we built. Awkward. Probably is. Ha! Okay, I think it is. Okay, how long until we can actually arrive? I guess that's our question. We now have 3 dockyards. Once again, what do we want? I guess another light cruiser, Mach 3. Might not be such a bad idea. You will be built inside, I don't know, this guy. Quite a few light cruisers, quite a few, or at least one carrier. You could be put to good use. I don't know what you're going to protect. Maybe closer to the US. All 16 of you will be given a level 1 admiral, but he's a better air controller. And let us begin searching and destroying around the Hawaiian Ridge, the Micronesian Gap, and the Western Emperor Chain. So now we have a pretty big dominance of the ocean. Still producing a lot of ships, though very slowly. All 48 of you are coming as slow as possible. Greece has capitulated. I'm guessing Norway will be next, if they could somehow swoop their way through. And it looks like Bulgaria has taken over all of Italy. What is my war score? Only 24%, even though I'm probably going to remove all of the US. I'm going to be very upset if I don't get to keep the lands I've conquered. And I probably won't, which is the sad part. But nevertheless, once we actually take over all of the US, our war score is going to just skyrocket. Now, basically what I want to do is I want all of China, which actually China's already mine. I want all of India. Iran would give me a ton of oil, especially Singapore. It would give me a ton of rubber, aluminum, all of these islands, Japan, excuse me, Australia. You know, I meant to say Australia, but Japan was obviously just like right in front of it. Okay, our 48 troops have arrived. All of them can activate. They are ready to go. All of you guys can activate because you are ready to go, but it looks like we don't have access to the correct area. Let us search and destroy. Sort northwest coast, northeast Pacific, we can't make it, and down here. It would actually be kind of nice if we can go into the western seaboard, which I think I would like to do. Now, I'm not sure, it says maximum mission region count, but I think our issue is, I wonder. We know too little about this region to make it inside. But we are going. And obviously, once we have these naval bases, we should do a lot better. Are we fighting anybody important? We are fighting some destroyers, or at least trying to. It is still 1943, but getting closer and closer to 1944. What can we improve? Better maintenance companies, better recon companies is probably the most important. And I can't believe, did we actually forget industry again? I don't know if we did. No, excavation would have been nice. Wow, up to 50%. I thought we could only have up to 40% more. Here goes the island. We could really use this. Giving some Haiti Guay, giving it a better naval base. And it looks like it's not going to be defended. Perfect. So now, this fleet can basically go ahead, shift, right-click. We now have a new home. Control right-click. And then go ahead, build up its naval base to level 3. That way, if it does do any repairs, it can be a little bit better. And if we could somehow get experience, why are we going this way? I don't want to go that way. All 48 of you should still have the same plan. And activate. Let's actually aggressively activate this plan. Are we still improving the infrastructure? Yes, we are. You will come all the way down here. And I guess these 4 will try their best to control anything else. Can these 10 do anything important? Not really. And you know what? Building radar might not be a bad idea. We obviously are building it up in Alaska, though it is very far away. Let's build up a level 6 radar station here as well. And you know what? Because we can, let's get 2 coastal forts. And let's get 2 anti-air. That's, yep. I don't know what I just did. Let's get 2 anti-air. And let's get 2 air bases. All of those can be pushed to the top and constructed as soon as possible. Now, it looks like our ships are here. They are repairing and doing a good job at it. Alaska is almost mine. Well, I guess we are going to have to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in our next adventure.